Everybody chasing tenders. Hey, I run in everything, the future's looking trendy. Body dive, robbie that we never learned a lesson. Every day's a new invitation, smirking, got obsession. Gel exploding 30% in a single day. Microsurgeon on the chips that AI gotta pay. Data center rising like cities made of light. Algorithms trading algorithms deep into the night. AI writing code, AI making video scenes. Automation creeping into every workflow stream. If AI does the work and the labor fades away, who's left to buy the product at the end of the day? Traders glued their headlines, eyes locked on the screen. Situation room meetings, nothing's what it seems. Decision coming soon, but it drags into delay. Future spike, futures crash, then they fade away. One tweet moves billions, one rumor sparks to run. Refreshing every second like it's chasing the sun. Is this innovation or a bubble in disguise? A new digital empire or a system overhyped? We're building something massive, but nobody agrees. Staying silent, system market like a storm through the thieves. Tandies, now the whole world's sending Tandies. In the age of AI and endless trading dreams, we don't just chase tendies, we bring reality. Yeah, markets making all-time highs, everything in overdrive. Every day I went from gaming rigs to power in the AI hive. Google keeps climbing while the bears still wait for the fall. Every dip gets bought back like it never dropped at all. Apes in the trenches, YOLO bets on fire. Diamond hands locked tight as the candles climb higher. Gamma squeezes ripping through the options chain. FD's up in flames, I'm printing life-changing gains. Tandies, everybody chasing tenders. Hey, I run in everything, the future's looking trendy. Body dive, robbie that we never learned a lesson. Every day's a new invitation, smirking, got obsession. Gel exploding 30% in a single day. Microsurgeon on the chips that AI gotta pay. Data center rising like cities made of light. Algorithms trading algorithms deep into the night. AI writing code, AI making video scenes. Automation creeping into every workflow stream. If AI does the work and the labor fades away, who's left to buy the product at the end of the day? Traders glued their headlines, eyes locked on the screen. Situation room meetings, nothing's what it seems. Decision coming soon, but it drags into delay. Future spike, futures crash, then they fade away. One tweet moves billions, one rumor sparks to run. Refreshing every second like it's chasing the sun. Is this innovation or a bubble in disguise? A new digital empire or a system overhyped? We're building something massive, but nobody agrees. Staying silent, system market like a storm through the thieves. Tandies, now the whole world's sending Tandies. In the age of AI and endless trading dreams, we don't just chase tendies, we bring reality. Yeah, markets making all-time highs, everything in overdrive. Every day I went from gaming rigs to power in the AI hive. Google keeps climbing while the bears still wait for the fall. Every dip gets bought back like it never dropped at all. Apes in the trenches, YOLO bets on fire. Diamond hands locked tight as the candles climb higher. Gamma squeezes ripping through the options chain. FD's up in flames, I'm printing life-changing gains. Tandies, everybody chasing tenders. Hey, I run in everything, the future's looking trendy. Body dive, robbie that we never learned a lesson. Every day's a new invitation, smirking, got obsession. Gel exploding 30% in a single day. Microsurgeon on the chips that AI gotta pay. Data center rising like cities made of light. Algorithms trading algorithms deep into the night. AI writing code, AI making video scenes. Automation creeping into every workflow stream. If AI does the work and the labor fades away, who's left to buy the product at the end of the day? Traders glued their headlines, eyes locked on the screen. Situation room meetings, nothing's what it seems. Decision coming soon, but it drags into delay. Future spike, futures crash, then they fade away. One tweet moves billions, one rumor sparks to run. Refreshing every second like it's chasing the sun. Is this innovation or a bubble in disguise? A new digital empire or a system overhyped? We're building something massive, but nobody agrees. Staying silent, system market like a storm through the thieves. Tandies, now the whole world's sending Tandies. Yeah, markets making all-time highs, everything in overdrive. Every day I went from gaming rigs to power in the AI hive. Google keeps climbing while the bears still wait for the fall. Every dip gets bought back like it never dropped at all. Apes in the trenches, YOLO bets on fire. Diamond hands locked tight as the candles climb higher. Gamma squeezes ripping through the options chain. FD's up in flames, a pretty life-changing game. Tandis, everybody chasing tandis. Hey, I run in everything, the future looking trendy. Body die, Robbie, that we never learned a lesson. Every day's a new rotation, smirk, it got obsession. Yeah, gel exploding 30% in a single day. Microsurging on the chips that AI gotta pay. Data center rising like cities made of light. Algorithms trading algorithms deep into the night. AI writing code, AI making video scenes. Automation creeping into every workflow stream. If AI does the work and the labor fades away, who's left to buy the product at the end of the day? Traders glued their headlines, eyes locked on the screen. Situation room meetings, nothing's what it seems. Decision coming soon, but it drags into delay. Future spike, futures crash, then they fade away. One tweet moves billions, one rumor sparks to run. Refreshing every second like it's chasing the sun. Is this innovation or a bubble in disguise? A new digital empire or a system overhyped? We're building something massive, but nobody agrees. Staying silent since the market like a storm through the thieves. Tandies, now the whole world's sending Tandies. In the age of AI and endless trading dreams, we don't just chase candies, we bring reality. Yeah, markets making all-time highs, everything in overdrive. Every day I went from gaming rigs to power in the AI hive. Google keeps climbing while the bears still wait for the fall. Every dip gets bought back like it never dropped at all. Apes in the trenches, YOLO bets on fire. Diamond hands locked tight as the candles climb higher. Gamma squeezes ripping through the options chain. FD's up in flames, a pretty life-changing game. Tandis, everybody chasing tandis. Hey, I run in everything, the future looking trendy. Body die, Robbie, that we never learned a lesson. Every day's a new rotation, smirk, it got obsession. Yeah, gel exploding 30% in a single day. Microsurging on the chips that AI gotta pay. Data center rising like cities made of light. Algorithms trading algorithms deep into the night. AI writing code, AI making video scenes. Automation creeping into every workflow stream. If AI does the work and the labor fades away, who's left to buy the product at the end of the day? Traders glued their headlines.
Good morning, guys. Morning. How are you? Happy hump day. No camera for today. You guys won't see my face today, but tomorrow, yes. I woke up today very early and I went to the gym and I came back with so much energy. I feel like today it's gonna be a great day. So I'm excited for today. Hopefully we have a clean price action day. I'm begging for that. So what I'm looking for today, I posted pretty much my watch list for today or my game plan for today, posted on my Discord. I think today Friday's low is gonna be very important, because if the market can hold Friday's lows, that will give us a little bit of indication that the market is not as weak as we think. But if we reject Friday's low today, the market is definitely very weak. and most likely we're gonna keep going lower and lower. And that for me will be a clean inside for a bearish market, at least this week or the rest of the week, right? So yeah, Friday's low, key level to watch. Friday's lows and yesterday's close level. Where am I? I'm here. You guys will hear my voice, will see my screen, will not see me today. I just came back from the gym and I'm looking like a mess. So I don't think you guys need to see me today. Exactly. Remember to like the video, guys. Anyone got accounts yesterday with a Tradeify 40% off promo? Hey, Jonathan. Taco Tuesday. I got my margaritas yesterday. I got 2 margaritas. I didn't eat tacos, but I got sushi. Very good sushi. Today is Wednesday. Today for me is Pickable day. I have Pickable lessons later today. And most likely I'm gonna play after that. Apex 90% off, I think, ends tonight. You get even extra discounts when you buy on bundles. Nice push here. Can we break this high here? We had data at 8:30, I think. Yeah, CPI. And then check that. We do have data at 10:30. I also post this on my Discord, and it's free. That is free. So whenever we have earnings for the week or data for the week, you guys have it here also. Oh, I did take a trade yesterday in the afternoon. It was a bounce play. Yeah, I took one trade yesterday. Here, I made 1,200, over 1,200 with 5 accounts yesterday. So the month is looking pretty good. I'm up over 53k so far. That's month over 110k. You see, guys, how little by little having multiple accounts really add up. And my trade win percentage, it's a little bit down right now, over 55% only. It used to be between 63 and 73. Right now it's a little bit down. But it's not that bad. Like, even with a 50-50%, like, I kind of have like 50-50, can be red or green, but looks like my green days are way bigger than my red days, especially because like Monday I was red, but I was only trading with 5 accounts because I knew it was gonna be a difficult day. So managing risk is, look how important it is here. If we can break these resistance here, most likely we're gonna go to pre-market highs. Or yesterday's close level. That will be 200 on NQ. I like this reaction here. I want to see more downside on this market, to be honest. I love a bearish market. I don't know why it's easier for me to hold my position longer when the market is when I'm trading to the downside. When I see a clear like possible downside move, than when I'm trading bullish. That's a very strong reaction there. Hooded flying? Oh yeah. What's the news? That's awesome. Not today, David. Tomorrow. You will see me tomorrow. What's the news with Hood? Price target increased. Oh, okay. Thank you, Robin. That's awesome. Also, Hood yesterday was at a very strong support 80 level. That 80 level is a big one for Hood. What do you guys think is gonna happen with SpaceX when it opens? Like, I think it's gonna fumble. I think it's gonna rock pull so many people. All IPOs are pretty much the same. I've seen so many people on IG and X talking about how much money they're buying on SpaceX, which I think is insane. Waiting 6 months? I wouldn't put any time on it. Just wait to see until a clear signal that it's gonna stop bleeding. So I don't know if it's gonna be 3 months, 1 month, a year, 6 months, no idea. I don't think you can put time into trading. But I will definitely not buy right now or at open. I don't even know when it's... Once the IPO... I think it's on Friday, right? Okay, nice breakout here. I still wouldn't say we are out of the blues. Out of the woods, I'm sorry. I would prefer to see ES breaking this yesterday's close level, pre-market highs, pretty much. Uh, if that happens, I definitely think ES is gonna go back to yesterday's highs. You need two positive earnings. That's gonna be difficult because that SpaceX is bleeding money, but I wouldn't bet against Elon. So is today a purple jacket day? Ooh, I'm not wearing my jacket. Okay. Yeah, I want to see NQ breaking these highs here. Same thing with ES. That will tell me that today it's gonna be a very bullish day. If not, I think we can still have the big reaction. They're funny. Yeah, this is a big level for NQ and also for ES. Nice reaction there. We had data in 30 minutes, pretty much. Anyone got that reaction? I'm looking at the daily, and this is what I see. Look how we're battling here. Friday's low. Oh, this is QQQ. And yesterday's close level. Right? So for a clear bullish move, we want to see that level clearly holding a support, so we can expect a move towards yesterday's highs, I will say. But if we see the market still reacting around this level, I'm not too eager to go for a bullish trade. In fact, I will expect it retest of yesterday's lows or even lower. And here we have, yes, yeah. So I think if we want to trade to the upside, we need this breakout here, this breakout here. I honestly was waiting for move a little bit higher and then an ugly reaction candle there to play the downside. But it's acting up like yesterday. Like the rate. Excuse me. It's holding too good here. So far, not much I want to trade here. But the market is holding very nicely. You have a very strong open and then very small pullback, holding this little level here as support. So it's looking more bullish than bearish. So far. So I'm just waiting to see if we're really gonna break this level here. Okay, market, can you do something, please? Give me something that I can trade. We had Trump at 10. Oh no. That's most likely is gonna move the market because the war, it's getting a little bit I will say very unstable. I don't think anyone is winning, and I don't see that war ending anytime soon either. The thing is, like, we don't know when a war can start. Nobody knows when and how it's gonna end. It can take years. I know. We keep holding this level here. Is this a bull flag? It could be, but I don't like trading when you're so close to resistance, even though a quick scalp here. So now it's like 200 points almost. Okay, are we getting another reaction here? Or we're gonna break out? What are you gonna do? Oopsie. Hey V. We have Trump speaking supposedly very soon, and we have data at 10:30. What's going on, V? You better now? Oh yeah, my dad had that years and years ago, and I remember everything that happened to him. That was like, I don't know, like 15 years ago that my dad had exactly the same thing. But my uncle is a doctor, so we had a doctor at home 24/7. But it was bad. It was really, really bad. Yeah, nice bounce off of this little level here on both ES and NQ. I want to see the market breaking out of this little range. And minis? Damn. Come on, can this just break out already? The market needs coffee and I need coffee too. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. You guys want to listen to Trump speaking? I find it so funny the comments that people leave the chat when he's talking. Yeah, SMH is not looking bad at all. It looks like NQ, but it's holding the 590 level, and the VWAP is looking bullish also. Yeah, it's always a clown show. People get so emotionally invested in politics. It's funny. Especially right now. And it's very scary also, because it reminds me to what happened in Venezuela, everything that's happening here. I do take stocks trade, but no, I don't day trade stocks. This is why I don't day trade stock. I do swing trade stocks and options. I do buy stocks every week, and then every time we have a big sell-off on the market, I buy a big chunk of stocks. But I don't day trade stocks because I don't find it fun, to be honest. Like, day trading is like my fun thing to do with trading. My very responsible money, good money management trades are my swing trades. But for fun, I do day trading, and I like more futures. One, because you don't need to use your own money, or you just use a little bit of money because you buy funded accounts, right? Or evals, and then you pass them, and then you get funded accounts. But to make any amount of money trading shares, you need a big chunk. So you basically need to put at risk a big chunk of your money to be able to make money with stocks. That's not how it works with prop firms. So I think it's way better to trade futures right now. Also, it's better for your taxes. And don't ask me about taxes because I know nothing about it. And every time I see my tax bills, I want to cry. But yeah, it's better for your, like, you save on taxes if you trade with props. Because you get a 1099 from the prop firms. Also, you don't need like, I don't want to talk about this, but at the same time I want to talk about this. Like, the government is printing so much money that they don't need to charge taxes. Like, they don't need that. They're printing money out of thin air. Like, why do you charge taxes? Like, why? It makes no sense when it comes to the money part, but it makes sense because, like, it is it's more about psychology and how to keep people in check rather than actually the money being used for better things for the country. Because again, the government is printing money out of thin air. Like, if you really think about it, the money, it's a lie. Money, it's a lie. Like, it's worthless. It should be more even for the rich. That's how you get a communist. Like, that's why I'm so scared for US, because people that said like rich, tax the rich, you guys have no idea what you're asking for. Like, that is communist. Trust me, that doesn't work. I come from Venezuela. Everything that happened to Venezuela and Cuba, it happened with people thinking that taxing the rich, it was good for the country or for you. Just make more money. You make more money. Rich people, yeah, some people are bad, other people are good, but if you think like that, you're gonna be poor your entire life. That is no bueno. That is pretty bad that you think like just because other person is rich, it's their responsibility to give you more money. Why you want to pay more in taxes? There's so much fraud. Like, why you want to pay more in taxes? They're not using the taxes how it should be used. It is pointless. Saying like tax the rich, everything is free for everyone, like everything should be equal. That is communist, and trust me, it doesn't work, and it's a lie. But let's move on. Like, I think Americans that ask for everything to be free, tax the rich, you guys have no idea how it is to live on a communist country. Like, that is stupid. Go and live in Cuba and Venezuela. Trust me, you will not think the same way. And don't say, oh, America is different. No, it's not. It's exactly the same thing. It's a mess. Yeah, exactly. When you have money, like, let me tell you something. What happened in Venezuela? We had a president that is Chavez. Chavez came and said, hey, being rich is bad. We're gonna tax the rich. Everything that the rich people have, we're gonna give it to you guys, the poor. You know what he did? Nothing. He took things from the rich family by force, and you know what happens? Rich people leave, and you know what happened to the country? It goes to shit. It is so stupid. And by the way, when you give free things to people, you know what happened to you? You get lazy. People get lazy when they give to you free stuff. So Chavez was corrupt. Not the same. It is the same. Every single politician is corrupt. Yeah, let's go back to charts. Like, you guys need to go and live on a communist country and see what it's really like to live on a communist country. But for real. Exactly. When rich people leave, they leave with their money, and every single job that they created, it's gone. Don't hate rich people. Hate yourself for not making more money. Taxes to improve government service, that doesn't work. It had never worked. It is a lie. Bigger government, it's a really bad government. You don't need bigger government. You need effective government. Look, Europe, it's a mess. But okay, let's go back to trading. People who have never lived on a communist country and start asking for free stuff or tax the rich have no idea what you guys are asking for. Zero proof in Cali? Cali is a mess. I used to live in LA. Now it's a mess. I never seen so many homeless people in my life. And I come from Venezuela, which is a poor country. Well, it's a rich country with a communist government because people wanted everything for free and wanted to tax the rich. And look what we got. Okay, so we have ES breaking out here. Let's see if it's really gonna hold this support. So far, it's looking pretty good. Can it really hold it? Yeah, I need a clear hold of support. We have a little uptrend here. Same here. Both ES and NQ look exactly the same. So we just gotta pick one to trade. Okay. If we can hold here, I like it. Yeah, we had data in 2 minutes. Oh, by the way, I'm not pro-Trump and I'm not pro-Republican or Democrat. I think both parties are a mess. But yeah, let's move on from this subject and then let's keep talking about trading. Trump, it's still late. I'm pro me, exactly. Same, David. I'm pro me, myself, and I. Yeah, exactly, Marcelo. I'm still waiting for a clear hold here, but it's looking good so far. I do like the guy that it just lost the elections. Like, what's his name? Like, I think he's from North Carolina or something like that. I think he's great. No, not Spencer. No, not Brad. No. What? It's an older guy. Massey, yeah. I like him. Yes, I do like him. Yeah, that one. Yikes. Yeah, SMH is pulling back, but still above 590 and above the VWAP. It keeps looking a little bit stronger than ES. And Danny? Hell nah. Okay. The market is fighting this resistance. I feel we're gonna have like a huge candle. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And then Q. Oh yeah, it kind of sounds like Amigos Invisibles, yes. No, I didn't change it, it's the same video. Can we hold here? Can we hold here? I don't like that move. We'll see. Yeah, I gotta stop out there. I still like this little hole here, but I wanted to see a better handle stick. If it holds, I'm gonna try it again. I want to see a stronger reaction here, and I like it as long as we keep holding this little uptrend here. Yeah, this is not looking good. Still holding, but it's definitely looking weak. Yeah, I don't like this. I'm out, guys. I'm gonna leave it alone as long as it keeps moving inside this range. If it goes lower and we have a break and retest here, I'm gonna try to short. It's having a lot of trouble holding support here. Yeah, I'm always watching SMH. I'm watching it. I'm holding 590 and the VWAP. That's bullish. I think for this market, we need to watch SMH to kind of help with the NQ read. I do like that NQ lost this little uptrend here. Both Works Apex ADR or ADR Apex. Both works. I'm gonna try along here, guys. I like that NQ lost this little downtrend. My stop loss is gonna be these candle highs. I only bought one. If it loses this support here, I'm gonna add another one. But I do think if we see more weakness, I do think we can go back down to pre-market lows, even yesterday's lows. Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm taking it. I took a short. I don't know if I said long. Sorry. Yeah. Last stop of the day. The viewer bounce. I'm thinking because of the overall trend of the market is bearish and we're having so much trouble breaking these highs here, that I think we could have more downside after bouncing at open, just like yesterday. I like that reaction. I do want to see that. That's true, Edgar. Okay, this is looking just like yesterday. Let's see if we can have more continuation to the downside. With NQ definitely needs to lose this little support here. If he loses that, the next one is gonna be morning lows and then pre-market lows. I don't want to see it going back around here. Yeah, go away, enjoy your day. 3 trades and all green, or you're ending green, that's more than enough for the day. Remember, our brain are not designed to be at stress all the time, so after a few hours of stress, you're not gonna be able to take good decisions, to make good decisions. Okay, can I go back to green? Or can I go at least to break even? I sold one there because I don't want to see like a strong bounce here, but if I see, yeah, NQ losing this level, I might add one. Yeah, like this. The only thing now that it could mess up this trade is Trump, because he's gonna speak soon, but he's late. So we'll see what happens. Okay, so I guess all I needed was even more patience. Nah, but this, just like yesterday, another fake out at highs. Just like yesterday. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful trade, even though I'm still red. But that was nice. See, guys, trading is all about paying attention to patterns. This is what it's been happening this entire week. I was red on Monday because of this. Yesterday, I waited, but it was exactly the same thing. And today, same thing. So 3 days in a row, the market it's been doing exactly the same thing. It opens, goes push up, retest a strong level, does a fake out, and then what happened? Boom. It's doing exactly the same thing 3 days in a row. And I'm here taking stops here at the fake out level. What a beauty. What a beauty. What a beauty. No, I'm not gonna exit. I'm only gonna move my stop loss lower, but I'm not gonna exit. The market is bearish, guys. Remember what I told you, that when you trade with the trend, you can catch bigger move? If it hit my stop loss, it just hit my stop loss, but I'm gonna keep holding this one. Unless it hit my stop loss. This could be another one. No, I told you so. You do you, I do me. I'm not gonna exit this position just because it went down a lot. Like, we gotta think a real reason why to exit. Should I exit just because I caught a nice move and I'm slowly turning green? Or should I exit because it's clearly telling me that it's gonna move higher now? Let's see how it's gonna react to the 29,000 level here. I want to see 29,000 acting as resistance now. Thank you. Have a good one. Okay, that's exactly what I want to see. I want to see reactions there. Okay, guys, beautiful. Beautiful. I added on that bounce and I took profits on that ad already. Can I go back to 0 or green at least? As long as we keep doing lower highs and lower lows, I like this. Come on, give me morning lows. Keep going lower. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful trade. Keep going. Keep going. What a comeback. What a comeback. Okay. Come on, lose that low already. Go. Who got this trade with me? Come on, Enki, just keep going lower already. What an ugly, ugly daily candle. You did? That's awesome, V. Awesome. You caught it with SPY? Yeah, I think ES was cleaner today. Yes. Because let me see. I don't think ES was able to fake out to break these highs here. Come on, go a little bit lower. Keep going. Okay, I sold one there. Okay. This is where things could turn around. Morning lows. If NQ cannot hold morning lows, we're gonna retest pre-market lows here. Beautiful. Nice. Yeah, what a comeback. Yeah, I was down over $1,000 per account. So that was down over 10K for today. This could be another one, right? Just like we did here. Yeah, I do not want to see that hold. If we break these highs, I'm out. Okay. Market is fighting here. Nice. Beautiful. Can we get pre-market lows? So when I entered this trade, well, I'll go over this trade and where I was moving my stop loss, so you guys can really understand what was going through my mind managing this trade. Okay, I got stop out there. Maybe I should have moved my stop loss higher, but I'm fine. Damn, what a trade! What a trade! Beautiful. Yeah, I should have moved my stop loss a little bit higher and see if if NQ was gonna break this little resistance, but it's okay. Yeah. Reclaim. We could have a little bounce here. I think it's good to wait and see how NQ is gonna react to these lows here. Yeah, I'm very proud of myself with this comeback. Not gonna lie. Okay, guys. Do you guys want me to go through this trade, or you're guys good with everything you watch? You guys good with everything you see me doing live? Margarita Wednesday? Maybe. People don't watch the trades recaps. I was doing them pretty much every single day, and I stopped doing it because I was getting no views. So I prefer to do it here live, so everyone that it was with me here on live can take advantage of this, and not people that, lazy. They are lazy. Oh, today's Boom Boom Wednesday. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go through the entire trade and where I was moving my stop loss and what was going through my mind holding this entire trade, and then I'll be done with the stream today, guys. So, okay, the first how many I took 2 trades, right? They were red. So, those 2 trades were clearly fake outs here. But again, we've been doing, okay, this is pre-market highs and yesterday's close level. So, what I didn't realize at that moment was that the market has been doing exactly the same thing this entire week. It's been pushing hard at open, and then it fakes out at pre-market highs or previous day's lows, and then slowly rejects here. It had a little bit of choppy PA at those levels, and then pulls back hard. So the market after Friday, it was a clear bearish engulfing candle move. I told you guys all the time, engulfing candle means most likely we change direction, and if we use that that was Friday. Monday and Tuesday we had inside candles. What it means is the price action was inside the Friday's candle, right? So that happens a lot after you have a big move to either side, right? So today, because yesterday we lost Friday's lows, I was like, okay, most likely the market is gonna keep going lower. And then we have this push here again, fake out here again. And then when I saw this candle reaction here, I like that it lost this little uptrend, and the next one also rejected that uptrend, and we started making lower highs and lower lows here, right? So with lower highs and lower lows, I was like, okay, so we could not hold this level. The 30-minute time frame was looking also very bearish. We're seeing signs of clear rejections here at the top, right? And we lost this little uptrend. So I was like, when I entered this, I was like, okay, this is my last trade. I'm only gonna enter with 2 micros. My stop loss, when I entered it was a hold of this level here. Why? Because these are lower highs, right? So if that lower highs then turn into support, it means the downtrend is no longer valid, right? So that was my first stop loss. I did not want to see that highs acting as support again. So that was my first stop loss. And then when the market went down here, that was support in the early morning, and it was a 29,000 round psychological important number. So I was like, okay, I want to see first, I want to see the market losing that support, which it happened with this big breakdown here, or breakout, however you want to call it. And then the next candle, let me take this out. The next candle, I wanted to see that candle not be able to use 29,000 as support. That's why I took profits on the way down here, but then I added one more. And my stop loss was 29,000 cannot hold that support, because that will be an indication that this is a fake out, that most likely we're gonna go back above that level, right? So that was where when I moved my stop loss lower, and I added on this bounce here, and then I just kept using these highs, these candles highs, as my next stop loss. So if I'm moving my stop loss lower, I'm gonna put it on a level that I think it shouldn't act as support. What I mean is, if I move my stop loss here to 29,000 mils, I do not want to see that level holding as support, because that will mean a break of the downtrend. That will be a higher high. I'm sorry, a higher low. That's why I moved my stop loss there. And then I left my stop loss there because I always told you guys that the market moved level by level. So the next big level, it was morning low, right? So in my mind, it was like, okay, as long as we cannot break 29,000, I'm going to hold until we see the market retesting morning lows. And that's what I did. Like, I left my stop loss there. I added there, so my stop loss was very close to my second add. And then I just wanted to keep seeing lower highs and lower lows, because again, that will be an indication that the market is bearish. And not only I didn't want to see wicks. Like, you can say, okay, we broke here this downtrend, right? But it's not holding it as support so far. So that's what I don't want to see. I don't want to see it holding as support. I want to see it keep rejecting there. And then yeah, I was watching this candle here breaking that level. That's all I want to see. And then why I got out on this candle instead of just waiting to see if what's gonna lose this little level of support or resistance. Because whenever you have a long wick at the bottom, what does that mean? It means a strong reaction, and most likely you're gonna see a strong push. So that's why I got out on this candle. I don't like seeing those candles if I'm trading shorts, right? You don't want to see that. If you're trading longs, yes, you definitely want to see a hammer candle. But if you're short, no, you do not want to see that. You want to see, if you're trading shorts, you want to see candles like this, candles with a long wick at the top, because that means that's an indication that it's rejecting the top. And that's it, guys. Like, I think I got a nice exit, because I do not like the market holding morning's lows as support. And you have here a higher low and higher high. You could definitely have more downside here, because we're rejecting, but still not where I was. If I were on a trade, I wouldn't like to see that. Especially because this candle, it's an engulfing bullish candle. So yeah, that's the trade, and that was everything that is going through my mind while I was holding this move here. Also, we gotta keep in mind that what's the overall trend? I also told you these guys all the time. If you trade with a trend, most likely you're gonna be able to catch bigger move. And we caught um all this. Not bad at all. I do think Enki is gonna go and retest pre-market lows, but again, I don't want to be holding my position on this type of price action here. We still have Trump coming up, I guess soon. I don't know. He's late by 30 minutes. So yeah, very small trade, but I'm pretty happy with how I managed this. Also, I was buying 4 contracts on here, on both trade that I did here. And then this trade, the last one, I only bought 2 because I knew if that was also gonna be a red trade, I didn't want to have a bigger um red trade, right? So I wanted to test it out with only two contracts, and then if it worked it out, I was gonna like I was taking profit and then adding more here, and then yeah. So awesome day, I will say. Really happy with my performance. Coming back from being down over $1,000 per account, that's huge. That's huge. Um, mm, so yeah, tilting is like, to be honest, guys, we all feel FOMO. We all get mad when we get fake out or when we have a red trade, especially if the trades were like good setups, right? But at the same time, for me, it was so painful not be able to be profitable that it's it's less painful to just wait and not tilt. Like, you go through so much pain tilting over and over and over again and losing money over and over again. Like, you get fed up with your inconsistency. I think that's what happened. Obviously, you need I will say a system that you really know it works. But how do you know it works is by having a journal, but like a real journal. Like, I didn't have a clue that 90% of my Fridays were red until I started using TradeZilla. Only when I started using TradeZilla is when I could really see that Fridays were I was pretty much red all the time. So I was like, okay, so I need to stop trading Fridays. And I save so much money like that. Again, you go through a lot of pain, and until you get fed up with your BS is when you really change things around. So it's more painful for me losing money than just waiting for a better setup or waiting for the next day. What are your risk parameters and what percentage are you risking per trade? I don't trade based on P&L or percentage. I trade based on levels. If I see a good level that I want to trade, I trade that. If that level is not getting respected, that means my setup is not there, and that's my stop loss. So I don't go through, like, in my mind, I don't enter or exit a trade based on P&L or percentages. It's just like this looks like a good setup. If that level doesn't work, it means my analysis is not working. Therefore, the trade is no longer valid. Therefore, I need to exit this trade because otherwise I will lose even more money. So that's how I go through my trades. That's everything that goes through my mind when I'm looking for a trade and when I'm in a trade. Yeah, so if you see that you trade very, very good every single day until Friday, you need to skip Fridays. So a lot of people tell me like, yeah, I know I need to skip, let's just say, the first 30 minutes of the market open, or let's just say Mondays. I know a lot of people that Mondays are the worst day because they're super excited to trade and they have no patience, right? So what you need to do is you make it very difficult for you to trade Fridays. What I do is like Fridays, most of the time I have a busy schedule. If I don't have anything to do, I just go to the pool, I just go to the beach, I visit a friend. Like I make sure that Fridays I cannot be on my computer or at my house. Like I go to the beach on Fridays if I can. Well, I live in Miami, so I can go to the beach on Fridays. But but yeah, just make sure you have something on Friday that is not allowing you to be near your computer. But yeah, that's it. That's it for me today, guys. I'll see you again mañana. Remember to like the video, please, and subscribe if you're new. I'll be here again mañana, and you guys will see my face also. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye.
Yeah, markets making all-time highs, everything in overdrive. Every day I went from gaming rigs to power in the AI hive. Google keeps climbing while the bears still wait for the fall. Every dip gets bought back like it never dropped at all. Apes in the trenches, YOLO bets on fire. Diamond hands locked tight as the candles climb higher. Gamma squeezes ripping through the options chain. FD's up in flames, I'm printing life-changing games. Tandis, everybody chasing tandis. Hey, I run in everything, the future's looking trendy. Body dive, Robbie, that we never learned a lesson. Every day's a new rotation, smirking, got obsession. Yeah, gel exploding 30% in a single day. Microsurging on the chips that AI gotta pay. Data center rising like cities made of light. Algorithms trading algorithms deep into the night. AI writing code, AI making video scenes. Automation creeping into every workflow stream. If AI does the work and the labor fades away, who's left to buy the product at the end of the day? Traders glued to headlines, eyes locked on the screen. Situation room meetings, nothing's what it seems. Decision coming soon, but it drags into delay. Futures spike, futures crash, then they fade away. One sweet moves billions, one rumor sparks to run. Refreshing every second like it's chasing the sun. Is this innovation or a bubble in disguise? A new digital empire or a system overhyped? We're building something massive, but nobody agrees.